But listen, you're absolutely right. He brought the cabinet, some cabinet members with him as well, and he gets this rock star welcoming from every time he goes to UFC.
To me,
Yes,
guys,
indeed.
this is Trump has taken back sports.
Man, what can I say? I just got back from a weeks-long vacation in Nashville. Man, let me tell you something. I needed it. There were good people, family and friends that are like family. Look, man, I've been on a lot of vacations in my life, man. And the one thing always seems to make a vacation great is having people that you love with you. People that want to have a good time. They're just trying to enjoy the moment, enjoy the vacation. I'm a vacationer, man. I love to travel. I'm back though, and we're gonna talk about President Donald John Trump, man. He was at the UFC. We were watching the UFC down in Nashville. I forget which bar it was, but we were watching it there. Man, shout out to some of the people that was watching with us, man. We know who they were, but they were fight fans. I'm a big MMA fan. At one point in my life, I was really involved in MMA, but I still love it, and I'm still a fan. So President Trump, he goes to the UFC, and we are his people, man. So check it out. He walks out with his cabinet, and he walks out with his family. I thought it was dope. He's there with Dana White, of course. I've met Dana White a few times. I've been to quite a few UFC events in my life, and even had the pleasure of sitting on the floor a couple times. And one time, they almost made the mistake of letting me actually walk out with a fighter. I'm not kidding. It was a prelim, but I almost walked out with one of the fighters I was sponsoring back in the day. So, but without further ado, let's check out President Donald John Trump.
Last night, President Trump held basically a cabinet meeting at a UFC fight.
Yes, indeed.
He took an entire entourage, including Dana White, down to in Miami to the UFC fight. Brought his granddaughter Kai, who's a great golfer, was not at the Masters.
She's University of Miami. Yeah, I bet they're watching the Masters today. University of Miami signee to play golf. I mean, she is an elite golfer.
Yeah, she's absolutely great, and she has a huge following of her own among young people. My kids, that's who they would want to meet. My girls, they would want to meet Kai. But listen, you're absolutely right. He brought the cabinet, some cabinet members with him as well, and he gets this rock star welcoming from every time he goes to UFC.
To me, guys, this is Trump has taken back sports. I was with him at the NCAA wrestling, the Super Bowl. The reception that he is getting, the Georgia-Alabama football game. Look at this as he's walking in. Oh, and look, and Curb Your Enthusiasm fans who may not otherwise
Tulsi Gabbard's there. Marco's there because he's in Florida as well.
Oh, this is just badass, man.
Yeah, and here's the deal. It's authentic. When Donald Trump comes in, he loves these fighters. We've talked about this before. He likes warriors, and he talks about them not as athletes, but as warriors.
Listen to the crowd. Listen to the reception he gets.
Love it, man. Walking out like a fighter. Look at him. Donald John. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Donald John Trump. Look at him. I love it.
So there you see him with Dana White. And Dana White actually was on Fox last night on Lara Trump's excellent show. And he talked about what we talked about yesterday, which was Bill Maher getting to meet Donald Trump in person via their mutual friend, Kid Rock. And just how, as we all know, because we know the president, we've met him. We also know people who are wary of the president or think they don't like the president, and then they meet the president.
That's right.
And they like him. Or we know people and we go, I wish you could meet him because he's not the guy you think he is. Here's Dana White talking about that phenomena around Donald Trump.
So the first thing that happens is Bill Maher walks in into the Oval Office, and me and the president were in there, and he has a piece of paper with every name that the president has called him over the last, however many years. There were like 100 names on this list. And it was hilarious. Thank God he had 2 of them, because I had them both sign it. And I'm getting it framed and hanging it in my office. But I think the coolest thing about that meeting and that dinner was 2 guys who have not liked each other for a very long time, 2 guys who have many opposing views, got together and sat down and talked. And they talked about a lot of things that they agree on and a lot of things that they disagree on. But Kid Rock and I always say, and you know this better than anybody, nobody walks into a meeting or a dinner with Donald Trump and walks out and doesn't like him. It's impossible. And if you say you don't, you're lying.
It's the
I want to say this. I've met Dana White several times and even had the opportunity one time to speak with him at length. And it was because of Herb Dean, old school friend of mine from back in the day. And he introduced me to Dana White when I went to one of the UFC events. The guy's real cool, man. I think Dana White is also another guy that you see his public persona. If you sit down and talk to him, the guy's a man's man. He's a cool guy, knows a lot about fighting. And thank God Dana White and the Fertitta brothers made that decision years ago to get into the UFC. I've been involved. I've been into MMA for a long time. So yeah, man, all good. And I love the fact that he's a big supporter of President Trump. I think that's really, really cool. He speaks very passionately about President Donald John Trump. So that's what's up. But I want to say this, man. Bill Maher, he's been very critical of President Trump for a long time. And the fact that Kid Rock can actually bring these 2 gentlemen together, and then they have a better understanding about, different things in politics and on issues with our country and things, in our country and abroad. I think that's what it's supposed to be, right? It's supposed to be about that. It's supposed to be about people who can actually have a meeting of the minds and actually have a dialogue about what is on their mind without all of this. I don't know, man. It just seems like politics, from what I see, it seems like a lot of times politics, you have Republicans and Democrats, right? It seems like they're more interested in the party and the party winning and the party being right than what's best for the country, right? A lot of American citizens would love to see Democrats and Republicans actually, talk and get along and actually do things that's in the best interest of the country. So seeing someone like Bill Maher actually meet with the president and be able to have a civil conversation, I think that's what it's all about. So I love to hear it. So shout out to Kid Rock for making it happen.
charm vortex. You fall into the charm vortex.
It's 100% true. And I think this is so important, the way that people are responding in the sports universe. Trump was controversial in 2016. ESPN tried to turn him into an awful human being. Men are over it.
He had his golf tournaments. Remember the golf tournaments were canceled.
Totally.
Yeah.
And ESPN had employees calling him a white supremacist.
Yeah.
I mean, and now they have to, first of all, cover him walking in with a rock star reception. Yeah. I mean, that was ESPN video that we were playing. But I think it's symptomatic. Look at all this of America healing.
Let me tell you something, man. I've been to a lot of sporting events in my life, and nothing is as crazy as a UFC MMA event. It is wild. And I've been to MMA events from all over the country, whether it's an amateur organization or a pro organization. I've met a lot of fighters before they actually went into the UFC. Plenty of pro fighters that do not fight in the UFC. UFC just so happens to be the big dog in MMA. So as you I mean, it is crazy, man. It is a lot of people who are fight fans, and you have some casual fans, but when you are in that atmosphere, it is wild. And I'm here to tell you, man, President Donald Trump, this right here, perfect. The MMA fan base is perfect. Perfect for President Donald Trump. We as people, man, for sure.
And people chanting USA and just wanting to be coming together, which is the best thing about sports. You don't really necessarily think about politics, and you like to respect the president. It feels like we're there again.
That's so interesting because you say that. Dana White alluded to that. You know, we had Joe Biden was supposed to be the unity president, right? There was no unity during that time.
Totally.
We had conservatives put in jail, thrown in jail. We had all kinds of crazy stuff. Is this a unity? Is this the next 4 years? Is the Bill Maher convention here at the White House?
Yeah, this is the unifier that no one saw coming.
Yeah.
But what's really interesting about it, and I know a lot of like sports guys who don't care about politics, they care about sports, and they care about politics, they care about government and stuff like that, but their real focus is just not that. But they've been whatever it is, red pilled or black pilled or whatever. To think about where the credibility, who lost all the credibility and all that, the media. Yeah. They will never believe anything the media ever tells them ever again.
And the Democrats.
Man, that's so true what he just said about the media. The media has deceived us, man. They've lied to us. They've painted Donald Trump to be this villain. And a lot of us who back in the day didn't really follow politics, they'll just believe the headlines. They'll just believe what is actually thrown out there consistently at you, right? If they consistently tell you Donald Trump is a bad person or he's a Nazi or this and that, after hearing it a lot, you tend to believe it in the back of your mind. You tend to be indoctrinated, and this is what they wanted. And a lot of us have taken the red pill, and we see we've been bamboozled. We've been bamboozled by the damn legacy media, man. Shame on y'all. Y'all should be shamed.
Democrat Party. I mean, and for a lot of these people sitting watching the UFC fight, they have men fight men and women fight women. The idea that a man would identify as a woman and be able to
fight at UFC.
Men are over it. We're done with the ridiculousness, and I think that's kind of symbolic. Daytona 500, Super Bowl, wrestling championships, the UFC, overwhelming cheering. Maybe the WNBA All-Star game they wouldn't like.
And I'm a former.
But everywhere else, he's got them won.
And I'm a political spouse. Yeah. I'm a political spouse, so I'm attuned to what that can be like. It's always treacherous for a politician to enter into a sports arena with a mixed crowd. A lot of them, as you said, apolitical, and overwhelmingly, people resonate with the fact that A, he embraces his masculinity, and B, he's a warrior himself. That's why he relates to athletes in that way.
So quickly, remember at the NCAA Wrestling Championship, every wrestler came over to shake his hand. To your point, Rachel,
you want to know what's dope, too, about the NCAA championships? We're a wrestling family. So there are some wrestlers there that won the NCAA championship that actually we've watched wrestle since they were kids because they were in the same team as our son. So it was good, man. We know kids who have won NCAA championships, All-Americans, man, Worlds, you name it, participated in the Olympics. It's really good to see, man. And it was dope to see that President Trump was there at the NCAA championships. It was I loved it, man. So we got a kick out of it.
I had no idea how they were going to react because it's unscripted. All of them were phenomenal. And again, that story, young men in particular have broken Trump. And I think you see it with these crowds every single day.
But Great point, unscripted.
Yes. Yeah.
That is actually the key to Donald Trump.
Yes.
I'm Steve.
Facts, man. Donald Trump he's unscripted. Oh man, I think a lot of people love that way he communicates like that, right? They love the fact that Donald Trump it appears that he just shoots straight from the hip, man. He just says what's on his mind and he keeps it real. I appreciate it, man. I love the fact that he's an MMA fan. He went to MMA. He went to the NCAA championships. We're a wrestling family, and we loved it, man. And a lot of the young men that were there, and some of them won. They won the championship, man, and they're all Americans. It was really cool to see, and we felt good for the boys, man, because they, a lot of them got to meet the president and they got to display their talent in front of the president. And Elon Musk was there, so it was dope, man. Shout out to President John Trump, man. He was at the UFC. I love the fact that he walks out when he walks out, man. He walks out like he's about to fight, man. You know, he of all the people that walks out at the UFC arena, Donald Trump gets the loudest and longest applaud. You gotta love it.